Hello everybody, it's your favourite YouTubers, Callum and I.
Hello, Malcolm.
Yeah, it's time for the weekly podcast.
Episode 2.
This is coming out on a Friday instead of Saturday because we're going to be uploading loads of Elder Scrolls stuff over the weekend, which should be awesome.
Because it's going to be, I believe they've announced the last phase of the beta.
And it is being released next month, I believe.
Yeah, April.
But anyway, that's for a different time. Playing Hearthstone, talking about games.
Yes. Yeah. Alright, so first up, we'll talk about the releases for this week. Two big releases, pretty much, that I'm sure you all have heard about. We've had Titanfall, released by Respawn and EA. I assume everyone's heard of that, honestly. Who hasn't? The beta was a few weeks
Amish
back.
people. That's it.
And yeah, and it's generally got a good reception. The one thing that did spring up, well, as last week we mentioned that it's not coming out for South Africa, at least not yet, EA said. And the other news was that, as with a lot of online shooters, I guess, you have the issues of people who use cheats and hacks to give it really generic, non-descriptive terms.
Because it was primarily made by the people who made Modern Warfare 2. And I know for a fact, 'cause I played a lot of Modern Warfare 2, that was hacked to shit. So maybe they've got recurring issues.
Maybe. So yeah, but Respawn have said they're going to be clamping down hard on these cheaters. They're actively searching out for them, which is good news.
Oh, sorry, do you mind if I talk about Titanfall for a bit?
Yeah, go
Because
for it.
what I heard, well, I watched Total Biscuit's video, right?
Oh yeah.
And what he was complaining about, I don't know if it's just Total Biscuit complaining for the sake of complaining, but he said that the one thing that was, the main thing that was added from the beta was the, what's it called? Story mode, I think?
Oh, what, like where you play through like the
It's campaign.
It's sort of a campaign.
Yeah. And he complained that the issue was, it just felt like it was shoved in there for the sake of being shoved in. And he said that...
Well, I guess it gives a little bit of plot to everything.
Well, he was complaining that if you compare it to something like Brink was interesting because, you know, you have different things which affect the quest. If you do something differently, you've got lots of different options, blah, 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 blah. Whereas this was really linear and straightforward. And he said, even if you failed the mission, you still progress through it. And you've got to do that. He basically just said it was like a chore. It was like playing the online mode, but just with cutscenes shoved in.
I guess that's interesting. I mean,
still
I would
game.
probably still play the campaign just to get a little bit of background. I don't know.
Yeah, well, according to TV, it's not worth it. You should just like play it once to unlock the Titans, because...
Oh, do you need it to unlock things?
Yeah, they added 2 extra Titans, so there's 3 now.
Yeah, I was aware there were 3 Titans, but I wasn't aware that...
Yeah.
Can you unlock those through multiplayer, or do you have to play the campaign?
You have to do the campaign. And
okay, that is...
And for each one, you have to unlock the campaign on either side. So basically, you have to play through the whole campaign twice to unlock both Titans. And the campaign is exactly the same on either side.
But it's not a very long campaign. It's only a few missions, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, he said it takes about an hour and 30 minutes, I think, to complete the campaign once, maybe.
Yeah, that's a very, very short campaign, in my opinion.
The one thing with Titanfall, I mean, it is a really, really weak argument, right? But I was thinking to myself the other day. I mean, we were discussing about whether or not we were going to buy it.
Yeah. I'm still... At the moment, I'm not going to buy it because 45 quid is, in my opinion, too much for any PC game, even if it is a new release. I don't care, I'm not paying 45 quid, especially for a digital release.
Well, my argument is, and it is really weak, I understand, but I'm just thinking to myself, I don't want to pay £45 for an online-only game. I just feel, yeah, it's fun, but then I'll get bored of it in like 5 hours, and I've just paid 45 quid for, for an experience.
Well, okay, let's consider, how long did you play, for example, you played a lot of Call of Duty, how long did you play that multiplayer for? And it's pretty much the same thing.
I guess, but...
Like, the style-wise. I know it's not. Before anyone calls me out and going, no, it's not the same game, I know. I would much prefer to play Titanfall. It's Call of Duty.
I guess, yeah.
Well, it's the same style. It's competitive shooting.
Anyway, sorry to go on about that.
The other release, Dark Souls 2.
Oh, Dark Souls 2, yeah.
Which I was quite excited for.
Only on consoles,
on consoles so far. It's going to be another month, like we mentioned last week, before the PC version is released. Which is...
Getting good reviews, but...
I would rather, just have it
on PC.
Yeah.
But again,
I'd have to wait.
£40, whatever it's for, it's just like, eh.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick it up at that cost. I mean, I'm hoping they throw original Dark Souls on sale again. That'd be nice.
They should have done that in the wake of the release, so that it got people excited for the game.
Yeah. Maybe the people behind Dark Souls didn't feel that was necessary.
But yeah.
That was pretty much it in terms of releases. So, moving on to, short-term news. Someone hit 1 million gamer score this weekend.
If you don't know what that is, it's basically, achievements for Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox Live, they do it it's like you get your achievements, but then each achievement gives you a certain amount of score. And if each points can be between, I think, 5 and 100, you can sometimes get 100 gamer score from things.
Yeah, depending on... It's just like PS3 with the trophies, bronze, silver, gold, but except for Xbox, they're just worth different... They're worth scores.
Long story short, it has taken a goddamn huge amount of achievements to get 1 million games.
I know. That is what you call an achievement hunter.
This is an excessive amount. And yeah, hats off to them.
I guess. I don't want to say it's sad, but...
But you're an achievement hunter yourself in that kind of sense.
Yeah, kind of, but I mean...
You're just not as committed. I mean, in my opinion, there's a difference between, playing games for achievements and then buying games for achievements.
But I have known people on PS3 who have bought, really shit games just for the achievements.
Yeah,
you can just look up easy platinum trophies.
I'm not a big fan of it, but that's just my preference.
Yeah, at the end of the day, again, as you said, I am a bit of an achievement hunter, but you should play games to have fun. Maybe he does have fun getting the achievements, but if it becomes a chore, just...
I mean, to be fair, the last achievement he got was in Titanfall.
It was in Titanfall.
Yeah, so he was kind of doing it as part of the release.
How many games must he have had to play?
A
shit ton is the answer.
Quite a lot, yeah.
Plus putting all the hours into them as well.
Other small news this week. Witcher 3 has been delayed until February 2015, which is a damn shame. I am enjoying The Witcher 2. I picked up fairly recently, to be honest, but I'm enjoying the hell out of that. I quite like the uniquities of it and all. Bit behind the curve, I know.
One of the highlights this year for me was The Witcher 3, because I love the way it looked.
It does look amazing. Oh, that reminds me of things I've seen. On Twitter, there was Ubisoft teased a picture from The Division, Tom Clancy's Division.
Which is also delayed.
That's been delayed the hell out of. So, I think that'll be really, really good. I'm quite looking forward to that.
Yeah, it does look fun, but you never know.
Yeah.
Mortal Coil. It just seems like every game they bloody announce just gets put back, doesn't it?
I think it's all part of the new console generation release. It's a bit bumpy, and it's kind of understandable, really.
It is kind of stupid saying, we're definitely going to release in a year's time. You can't see what's going to happen in a year's time, can you?
Release dates aren't... I don't call release dates definite, because you have to anticipate that there's going to be delays. It's an ideal date. It's not...
I think they should just do...
Last Hope.
Just put, E.T. Oh, no. They should put... Actually, no, that's stupid. That's what they do. They should just not put anything out until, a couple of months before when they're certain. because you just get people's hopes up.
Well, so you mean like when they announce games, they just don't give a date? They say like, late 2014 or summer 2014 or something, rather than giving a date.
Yeah, or even just the year. I mean, 'cause...
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. People like to have something to aim for, though. Like, if you just say, these are the games released in 2015, people are going to go, oh, when are they coming out?
Yeah, maybe they do it. I bet, these game developers know that it's going to be delayed, but they just do it to build hype. That's probably what they do.
Maybe.
No. Oh no, it can attack now because you silenced it. Haha.
Oh well. Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about the WildStar announcement?
The WildStar, I can't remember. Oh yeah, the MMO that's coming out. Well, yeah, it's an MMO being released by a couple of people who used to work at Blizzard, I believe, and some other people, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And it's just... It looks like an MMO, I mean, that's all I can say. We don't know much about it. It looks pretty generic, no offense to developers.
Yeah, I mean, the little bit of gameplay I've seen, I've not been that impressed.
It just reminds me of World of Warcraft.
But at the same time... Oh, it's another subscription-based one. I think that's key to note. They're not going for the whole free-to-play microtransactions. It's kind of interesting, I feel.
Thingy's coming out, what's it called? Elder Scrolls 9 is coming out soon. I mean, it just seems stupid. You're just saturating, like, the market with all these MMOs.
But like there is a market for it, though. So...
But, everyone's playing, like, WoW still and Guild Wars. I mean... Who are they aiming to...
I don't know, though. I mean, I feel WoW's been slowly winding down over the last few...
I guess, but maybe that's because people are getting, like, bored of the whole MMO scene. What's this game going to change?
I don't think the MMO scene's ever going to go away, really. Honestly, it's been around for long enough that it's going to be a fairly consistent...
I guess. I don't know, we'll see how it turns out.
Other news. Mirror's Edge 2 there was talk about the multiplayer in it. It's going to be drop in, drop out, kind of. A little bit how I think...
Borderlands.
Yeah, like what Watch Dogs is going to work, I think.
Watch Dogs is multiplayer?
Watch Dogs is highly focused on multiplayer.
I didn't even know that. That would be cool. We should check that out when it comes out. But yeah, jumping around with other people around the city sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, people are concerned that it might detract from what makes Mirror's Edge. I would understand where they're coming from, certainly. But, and people are worried that they're gonna ruin Mirror's Edge with this, like, prequel, sequel type thing. But, I don't know.
Well, to be fair though, I mean, Mirror's Edge wasn't was it well received?
It got mixed reviews because the combat system in it was kind of broken. But they're saying they're going to be improving on that, and I hope they do, because Mirror's Edge was really, in my opinion, a great game. So, see how that does.
It'll be interesting, yeah. When is it coming out, so do you know?
I don't know that it's been given a release date yet.
I hope you like my invention.
Moving on to the bigger news this week, I'm sure you've probably heard about this thing that's been happening in the Korean League of Legends esports scene. I'll explain it for those who don't know to the best of my ability. There's a team in Korea, they're called AMQ, I believe. Well, let me just check that I don't want to be giving false information again, do I?
Yeah, because you'd never give false information on
Oh,
podcast.
on that note, I apologize for that. So,
sorry. I had the cheering thing, I can hear you, sorry. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, AHQ, that was the team. So this was a Korean team in the OGN, and they'd been formed together under this manager, who was his his money was coming. He was kind of sponsored by this company AHQ, who run multiple teams, but they weren't like a direct team for this company as such. And what the team didn't realize was that the manager was actually using the team
to make some money.
To make money through the illegal gambling scene, because he was using 2 of the players and he was forcing them to throw matches pretty much. And when the other 3 players figured it out, they spoke to the 2 who had been like pressed into this, and they confronted the manager, who then threatened that they wouldn't be allowed to play in the playoffs. And
so
things escalated, and Promise, who's the person who's kind of publicised this all, who was one of the players who was forced into the match fixing, released a statement explaining the whole thing as a suicide note, and then jumped off the 12-story building that he was in.
He actually died?
No, that's the thing. His fall was broken by, I believe it was a recycling bin, and he was in intensive care. Came out of a coma today.
Oh.
But there's been a huge response from the professional scene, both from Riot and from pros across the world, like raising money for his healthcare, and raising awareness about the situation. And it's a shame, really, that individuals like these are damaging the reputation of the esports scene, which is just really gaining credibility.
I mean, to be fair, though, what am I trying to say here?
I mean,
it happens, that you can't stop it. It happens in real sports.
It is difficult. But I think it's because esports is such a new developing scene that there are these exploits. People can get hurt.
Yeah, it's starting to make big money, isn't it?
And honestly, we wish Promise well, and hope that he makes a full recovery. And we hope such things never happen again. Because I mean, Korean scene is probably the most taken far more seriously than the European or the American leagues. I mean, there's much more pride involved. It's much.
Yeah, definitely.
It's of a higher caliber.
They put in more effort than we do.
I mean, and that's a pretty well-known fact. And it just kind of shows how far people are willing to take it.
Yeah. Sad.
Shouldn't have been allowed to happen, but I mean, I think if there were safeguards in place, better safeguards, this could have been prevented. But then, I guess.
So I mean, has anything happened to the? Has the guy had a punishment?
Someone tried to sue him earlier this year, one of the other players, and they lost their case.
He should have been jailed, right, after it was
I don't know what's happening, whether he's disappeared or what, I'm not sure. But I hope they find him and bring him to justice, honestly, because what he did is frankly disgusting.
Yeah.
This guy's...
Anyway.
Well, I mean, there have been issues with, like, pro scene for a while now, with, like, teams taking advantage of spots, particularly in Europe. There was this whole thing with Ninjas in Pajamas, and, the other team, mind blank, was it Copenhagen Wars?
Dunno.
I can't remember, I don't want to point names.
You're the professional.
I hope you like my invention.
So yeah. So, it does happen, and it's hard to prevent. But, I guess Riot and the esports community will like grow with experience and learn to deal with these things more efficiently.
Yeah, definitely. And there's exposure, while it's, obviously a terrible thing, it will help.
In the long run, I guess.
Yeah, because it will increase awareness, so they'll be looking for it more.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, fuck. Not Holy Nova. Goddamn Holy Nova.
The final bit of news this week, I guess, is on a slightly more brighter note. I wouldn't want to leave you feeling all depressed and all. There was a Tales of the Borderlands panel at South by Southwest convention in the US this week. For those who don't know, Tales of the Borderlands is a Telltale crossover with the Gearbox franchise Borderlands.
Telltale. The guys who made the Walking Dead game and the Wolf Among Us game. which are very
Yep.
popular.
And essentially they did a panel on what the game's kind of going to be about. And how they're going to manage this crossover of... I mean, you take Borderlands, you take Walking Dead, they're very different franchises. But I think what a lot of people forget is that Telltale did quite humorous work before they did the Walking Dead series. I can't remember the names of the franchises, but they were much more light-hearted.
I didn't know about what they did for Borderlands.
For Walking Dead.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, not a lot of people do, to be honest, because, I mean, The Walking Dead was probably their biggest success.
If you're sure.
It's kind of understandable that you might not have heard of that, so...
Yeah, but we've seen the trailer. It looks interesting.
I'm really excited for this.
I think I'll definitely
love
pick it
the
up.
Borderlands franchise, and I really like how Telltale do their immersive games. And basically, instead of, like, the whole Vault Hunter badass perspective on Pandoran life, we're getting a perspective from these two kind of roguish characters. Like
Who aren't... Sorry, they aren't Vault Hunters, are they?
No, one is a guy who works for Hyperion, and he has various augmentations and like technological skills, and the other is like a trickster who's like ways with words and persuades people, and they're both like kind of dodgy characters, and they're basically retelling events from before Borderlands 2, but when you play their memories, like that, I think that's the focus of the game. You're
Like
not
Assassin's
actually
Creed.
playing what happened. You're playing their version of events, like an embellished story.
Oh, I see. So, is there two playthroughs, or does it keep switching?
Yeah, I don't know if you do them simultaneously or separately, but you get their individual perspectives on what's been happening
That's cool.
in the events leading up to Borderlands 2, I believe. And and so it's gonna aim to have a nice crossover between the Telltale like point and click style adventurism and decision making, but on a different kind of like mentality. It won't be all dark and depressing. It'll have that Borderlands aspect to it.
And I really hope that Torg has a major part in it, because he's amazing, Mr. Torg.
I don't know that Torg's going to be in it.
No.
I don't know that he is. If any of you have seen the trailer, you'll see that Handsome Jack will most likely appear. And Andy Birch, the one of the lead writers at Gearbox for Borderlands, has said there'll be various NPCs who you will probably know from the series. I don't know if it's going to feature the Vault Hunters. It probably will, but not in any kind of focus.
But yeah, really interesting.
I'm hyped as hell for this. I'll definitely pick them now.
Is there a release date?
I believe they were initially saying it was going to come out this year, but now they've said that it's going to come out once they've finished up with The Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us
So next year.
series. So it'll most likely be next year, I'm thinking, because we're only a few episodes into
I
that.
think there's 2 episodes, into both The Walking Dead
And
and The Wolf
these are
Among
supposed
Us.
to be 5 series.
5 episodes long, yeah.
5
each
episode series. So they're
And
going to finish them up before they release.
I believe they are releasing The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us each month,
Month
sim-
installments.
Yeah, so one month and the next one the next month. So, yeah, it should be around 6 months before they finish both series, so whenever that is.
But I'm hyped as hell for that. It'll give me something to look forward to in 2015, along with The Division.
Yeah, it might come out late this year.
I guess.
Should be awesome.
It could still come out this year.
Mm. Oh.
I mean, that's been the news this week, really.
Oh. Well,
If you have any opinions on what's happened, any comments, anything we've missed,
be sure to write a comment in the comment section
yeah.
and spam the
We'll
dislike
just
button.
read all your comments.
Yeah.
Don't spam. And
Callum, I can't read. You're going to have to do it.
be sure to keep locked to the channel because we'll have plenty of Elder Scrolls Online content for you this weekend as part of the final beta.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you then.
Thanks for watching. Bye.